Evening peeps, welcome back to the channel. Excuse me. Tonight, round 9 of P1RC's N300 90s Classics League. We are live from Alsace Village tonight. Awkward little circuit this, should be alright in the 90s Classics. You might see one or two Driftertronic moments. But I think we've seen that in most weeks racing from this league. Quite entertaining. So it is a team versus team event. 3 different teams racing. They all do race for P1. It's not a sim racing team versus team. It's just an in-house. So let me just pull up some scores and stuff. So team-wise, we have got Team Skippy, Team Luke, and Team Valium. And currently Team Skippy leading the way with 825 points, Team Luke in second with 653 points, and Team Valium on 550 points. We have got another round after this one. The finals come from Bathurst or Mount Panorama, another good track. Should be interesting in these N300s. But tonight we are from Alsace Village. Let's just have a look at individual standings. So Team Skippy got P1, P2 and P3 at the minute with Champ Dylan and Pav. They're on 233, 226 and 211 points. Then we've got 2 Team Luke drivers in 4th and 5th. That's Reg GT and Benny. They are on 200 points and 198 points. And then we've got two Team Valium drivers of Mocking Weeks and Jar 72. They're on 166 and 115 points each. That's 6th and 7th. Ghost Realm for Team Skippy in 8th. He's on 108 points. Team Luke, we've got Luke Doherty, Team Captain. 101 points. Oh, sorry, I think I've got that wrong. Ghost Realm on 111, that's right. Doherty on 108. And 2 more Team Valium drivers. We've got P1 Don and P1 Valium. Team Captain on 101 points. And 97 points. Another Skippy driver, Team Skippy. That is Team Captain P1 Skippy 4Q. He's on 72 points. And then another Team Luke driver, P1 Gamer Dad, 65 points. Team Valium, Daz Kun, 64. He's on 53 points. And Manny the Gamer for Team Luke, he's on 33 points. And then we've got a few reserve drivers. Alright, let me find the next picture because that's not picked everyone up, has it? Yeah, Egypt. Better actually get myself on track while qualifying's running. Find out what's going on. Right, let's go and see if anyone's put a hot lap in yet. No, they haven't. P1 Gamer Dad coming to the last little section of this awkward road circuit. So let's go on board for a lap with P1 Gamer Dad. So down the start, finish straight, onto the brakes, into the first turn. Let's change that camera up a little bit. There you go. So heading up the hill now, over the brow of the hill, and just starts to peel off to the left. So it just starts to peel off now. Come over the brow of the hill. Just here, it's hard on the brakes into this almost hairpin. So it's a lot of off cambers and on cambers, if you like, on this circuit. You can see the gradient in the road changing. It does tip the right way on a lot of these turns. So down towards this 90-degree right. Hard on the brakes, trying to catch the apex. These 90s cars, they do drift quite well. So through the little kinked right, towards this elbow left. Just let it roll through there. Be careful not to put the power on too early, otherwise you run yourself wide, just like Gamer Dad's done. So let's see what he does through here. Just gives it a little bit of a feather in 4 through there. He can keep the power on depending on what car you're in. So back through the little king left, down this and back straight then towards this little king left into the next hairpin. Hard on the brakes into this one. This track can be driven the other way round as well. It's just as tricky in that respect as well. So through the 90-degree left up the hill again, easy to run out wide on that one. Smash into that barrier if you don't get it right. So over the brow of the hill, back down towards the last couple of turns, the tightest turns on the circuit. Brake in early for these. And through this final turn, be careful not to run out wide and smash that great big wall there on the right. Back onto that start-finish straight. Gamer Dad putting in a 2:07.3 for his fastest. Actually out front at the minute with a 2:06.8. So he's in the 300Z, then 50Z. The fastest car of the series, this one. Maybe not quite suited to this circuit. We'll see how it gets on. PAV 46 also going quicker, driving the BMW tonight. Did look quite quick with Ghost Realm behind the wheel last week. But he's taken that pole position with a 2:06.6, so almost quarter of a second quicker than Mocking Weeks. Two races for you lot as well, so it is a 15 minutes quali and then a 20-minute race, and then we have a little bit of a break, and then we jump into a reverse grid race. Rolling start for race 2, just to try and spread the pack out a little bit, cause as little chaos as possible into the first couple of turns. 46, and who's that? Luke Doherty getting a bit squirrely together. Pav holding on to that top spot. Mocking Week second, then 2:06.8. Gamer Dad third, 2:07.3. P1 Dylan in fourth, 2:07.4. Ghost Realm fifth, 2:07.9. Benny 2:08.0. GT in 7, 2:08.8. So quite big gaps amongst these drivers tonight. It's not a regular circuit that's driven. Brown in 8th. He's on a 2:09.1. Valium is in 9th with a 2:09.7. Champ in 10th, 2:09.9. Let's see how he gets on in that Delta tonight. It's not one of the favourites, one of the slower cars of this league. So Luke Doherty 11th, 2:10.7. Skippy in 12th, 2:12.0. Jarv in 13th, he's a 2:14.1. And Manny in 14th, also in the Lancer tonight. Lancia, apologies. 2:16.5 for Manny's quickest. Pav's got 2:06s on the board there. All the cars rocking team liveries. Team Luke livery, purple and white, or blue and white, depends how you look at it. Team Skippy in the green and yellow. Great big kangaroos over it. So if that's not a dead giveaway, I don't know what is. And then we've got the red liveried cars of Team Valium. And we are looking at Team Captain. Picked up a bit of damage on the front end of that. Is it just the livery that makes it look like that? So Raul's got a bit quicker, 2:08.5 up into 8th. looking confident. Still holding that all 0.2 of a second lead from Mocking Weeks. Say lead. Purple sectors as well from Pav. Sorry, Pete's got a really big coffee here. I'll try and get it down before it's cold. So what's Pav 46 got then as we come down to these last couple of turns? Can he better his time? Nicely through second to last turn. Nicely through the final turn as well. He does go quicker. So he's now got almost 4/10 Mocking Weeks. Mocking Weeks on his outlap. So 3.5 minutes left to try and better these times. Dad's still in third, Dylan fourth. GT's got himself up into fifth with a 2:07.3. Benny's also got himself up into sixth with a 2:07.7. Push Ghost Run Gaming down 2 spots to seventh. He's got a little bit quicker, but only just enough to get him back on that grid order. Now still 8th, 2:08.0. Got a little bit quicker again. Valiant 9th. 2:08.5, again going slightly quicker. Doherty looks like he might do practice starts. 2:09.1 for Luke. Champ again gone a little bit quicker, but still in 11th. 2:09.6. Skippy 12th, unable to get better than 2:12 at the minute for Skips. Driving the Supra tonight. Yeah, awkward track this one if you don't know it. Job 72, so he's left and come back. So no hot lap on the board for Jarv. Manny the Gamer 2:16.5 for his fastest. Looking good then tonight. Is up to. He's on his hot lap. Into this hairpin. Good turn. Throwing the rear end of that Nissan around. It's one of the bigger cars on the circuit as well. Quick enough, 2:06.8. Keeps him in second. Doesn't close the gap on Pav 46 either. He's got a minute left. Whether he gets enough time to run this next lap out, we'll see. Just before the race kicks in, I'm going to take the top off because I'm red hot. Right. 46 then parked up. He's obviously content with his lap. Everyone getting ready to start the race, and here we go then. Mocking Weeks going to have to settle for second. Pav takes the pole position. Mocking second. Gamer Dad third. Reg GT fourth. P1 Dylan in fifth. I think Ghost Realm got himself back up to the sixth position there. Let's have a quick look. Yes, he did. Benny back down to 7th, Raoul 8th, Valiant 9th, Luke in 10th, Champ 11th, Job 12th, Skippy 13th, and Manny 14th. Right, we can just see the lights at the top of the screen. They're turning on now. They're away. Manny not getting the best start, Skippy not getting the best start either. He's getting a good start, taking the lead from Pav 46 already into turn 1. Pav coming straight back at it with the inside though. Side by side already. Great big pile of these 90s cars. Monkey Weeks holds the advantage then. This little left-hander down towards the awkward hairpin. Oh, we're going to see Pav make a move. No, goes for a different line in. GT just holding on to the third, got Ghost Realm, Reg and Benny all battling it out for those positions at the minute. Reg GT just holding on to fourth, got the inside line through this turn. Benny running around the outside, he'll now have the advantage into the next turn if he's carried the speed. He does carry the speed. Dylan trying to get down the inside there as well, and he does sneaks past P1 Reg GT, pushes him down into 5th. Gamer down into 6th, Ghost Realm down into 7th. Doherty 8th, P1 Valium in 9th. Champ 10th, Raoul 11th. Not a great start from Raoul, losing a couple of positions. A threat from teammate Job as well in 12th. Skippy trying to run down the inside of Job 72, trying to tuck up the rear wing of Raoul. The Gamer just bringing up the rear of the pack in the minute, 3.4 seconds down. Fucking Weeks trying to carry that heavy Nissan through that hairpin, it's not worked out. Pav 46 able to get the BMW through, tight into the apex, regains the lead of the race before the end of lap 1. Fucking Weeks is bolted onto his rear end, looking for a different line into the last couple of turns. Then Nissan being the faster car. Doing a good job of defending, holding his line. Let's see what the Nissan's got down the start finish straight. It's not a very long one. So these two have pulled a massive gap already to 3rd position. Benny, 2.3 seconds the gap. Weeks and Pav continue to chase each other down for 1st and 2nd. Weeks going for a little run down the inside. Can Pav 46 keep his nose in? Take the inside line of the hairpin. He does. Again, still battling it out side by side. Monkey Weeks now got the inside line for this next turn. This is a great battle already for 1st place between these two. So Reg GT up into 3rd. Dylan 4th. Followed by Benny, just getting that turn wrong. Taking a little bit of an adjustment that slowed him down. Doherty now piling on the pressure. Different lines through there for the teammates. Doherty maybe getting the move down the inside. Only 3 wide through there. Benny's just carried the speed. He has Doherty then holds on to 6th. P1 Gamer 7th, Ghost Realm trying to come up the inside. He takes that 7th place off of Gamer down and slots himself with 7th, Gamer down in 8th. Champ 9th, Valium 10th. Raoul and Jarv still battling it out behind the teammates. 11th and 12th at the minute. And then we've got P1 Skippy 13th, and he's got Manny the Game of accompanying. Massive drift from Manny, well held. Back up to the front. Pav still leading. Fucking Weeks sticking with him. A little bit of a gap been made. It just extends, and Fucking Weeks getting that final turn wrong. 1.5 seconds the gap between Mockin and Pav. Extending a little bit through there. Fucking Weeks not coming under pressure yet. Nearly running it wide through turn 1. Has lost a fair chunk of time to Pav 46. The gap now 1.6 seconds. closing it back down. As I say, the Nissan of Mocking Week's faster car of this league. Down to 1.3. Let's see if we can get on board. Stop it, let me change camera, damn it. Why? So on board with Mocking Weeks. He's got the gap back down to 1.5. Through that awkward hairpin. Sorry, elbow. Pav extending 1.7 the gap. Nice and steady from Mocking Weeks. Able to close the gap though. Pav 46 extending 1.9 now the gap. Go on, change the camera again. Why won't we come out? So through the hairpin, pulls another 10th back. Third place, Reg GT's managed to make a bit of a break from Dylan. 1.2 seconds the gap there. Just starting to spread out now. Luke Doherty again, just about a second back, 3/4 of a second back. P1 Benny, a second back as well. There's a bit of a gap back to 7th place Champ. Not doing too bad holding on to that in the Delta. Valium also in the Delta, hunting him down with teammate Raoul. Just to make a break from Jarv. Looks like Jarv may have got it wrong somewhere. Ghostrom as well. Ghostrom down in 11th now. Gaming down 12th. Big gap starting to develop at the back of the pack. Skippy in 13th. Gaming down 14th. 8.9 seconds back. So Pav's still out front. There's no real battles kicking off at the minute. GT and Dylan are getting closer together. Half a second, just less than that between these two. You can let me go on board now. Oh yeah. No, damn you. Right, bonnet cam for Dylan as he looks to hunt down that third place of P1 Reg GT. A second between them, just backs off through this long sweeping left down towards the 90-degree right. Oh sorry, this is the wrong corner, apologies. It's the long sweeping right down towards the awkward hairpin. Just losing a couple of tenths through there. Does he get him under braking? Yes, closes right up. Or maybe a little bit too brave there. It looked like he tried to avoid contact, but just carrying a little bit too much speed for Dylan. Slammed into the side of Reg GT, did back off, give the place back, but that has now compromised the pair of them for their chase for Mocking Weeks and Pav 46 in front. Turns very awkward in these old 90s cars. They have got a tendency to let loose and slide sideways. Still half a second between Dylan and Reg GT. Closing up down the start-finish straight, backs off into turn 1. Over the brow of the hill. First the hairpins, Dylan right on the rear end of Reg GT. Can he get his nose up the inside? Looks like he's got him. So slips up the inside. Reg GT might just be able to keep his nose up for the next turn. Looks like he's going to do that as well. Comes straight back at him and keeps that third position then Reg. And holds the inside line down towards this next right-hander. Good battle developing here between these two. Let's just have a quick look what's happening with the leaders. Pav 46 now 2.3 seconds up front. Mocking Weeks holding on to second. Still a big gap to Reg GT, 4.6 seconds back to third place Reg. Still under pressure from Dylan. Again, half a second he's got to try and gain. He does close up loads down here under braking if he doesn't smash into the side of Reg. Control this time, and then we've got Luke Doherty and Benny pretty close as well, teammates. Whoa, Luke Doherty drifting his... What's he in tonight? I forget what he's driving. Is he the 180 SX? No. Is he? Is it the Sylvia? Side by side then for the teammates coming down to these final turns. Benny just going to hold the inside line into this last turn. So he gets himself up into 5th, closely followed by teammate Luke Doherty. Champ in 7th. He's got Raoul and Valium for company. So Raoul's actually got himself past Valium. Slowly moving in the field for Raoul, but he's a long way off the leaders, 18 seconds. So Valium in the Delta as well. Ghostrom holding 10th, he's got Jar for company. Can he fend off Jar for the next 8.5 minutes? Gap actually goes wrong. Gamer Dad in 12th, 2 seconds back. He's actually closing the gap up on those in front. Skippy 13th, not that far off either, 2.9 seconds back. And then Manny 32 seconds back, unfortunately. So Pav 46 has made a little mistake. That's allowed Mocking Weeks to close up, 1.6 seconds the gap now. Dylan and Reg GT at it again. Reg GT holds on to it, but Dylan does look a lot closer as they head down towards this hairpin. Might be able to get his nose on the inside. He's going to get him. So Dylan slips himself up the inside. Does he hold on to the position? He's got the advantage into the next turn. It's left-hander up the hill. GT might be able to get him back on the start and finish straight. We'll just stick with this for a second. So down to this final turn, Dylan going defensive, trying to fend off the attacks of Reg GT. Just had that position taken off him. He's looking to get it back. Just losing a bit of time down this start finish straight. Actually, Reg GT not quite getting the final couple of corners as quick as P1 Dylan. So unable to make any kind of move into turn 1. Carries a bit more speed out the exit though. Can he get a move done into turn 2? Or the hair? Maybe this is turn 2. Not quite close enough, I don't think, for Reg GT. Closed up. So Benny holding on to 5th. He's driving the Mitsubishi Evo. He's got Luke Doherty still for company. So these two teammates have had a good old battle for most of the race. Champ now under threat for that 7th position off Raoul. Just runs himself down the inside. Can Champ keep his nose in and hold the line into the next turn? He does actually carry more speed than Raoul. Oh, he's just run himself massively wide through there though. That's going to allow Raoul through. Valium's almost followed him off track. So Valium's closing that gap up on him now as well. Ghostram's still in 10th. He's managed to drop Jarv 72 now 5 seconds. Jarv looks like he's had a little mistake into one of these turns. Again, if it's not a track you're used to racing, it's not an easy one. Then we've got P1 Gamer, still under a little bit of threat from Skippy. He's actually closed that gap down to 1.5 seconds, 1.4 actually. So we'll come back and check on Skippy. See whether he manages to get P1 Gamer Dad before the end of this race. We have only got 5 minutes left. Manny the Gamer still rolling in 14th, 44 seconds down. So Pav 46 in the race from word go. Mocking Weeks managed to squeeze himself through into first place, but Mocking Weeks taking that top spot back before the end of lap 1. He's pretty much just been sat there ever since. But Mocking Weeks is closing the gap up on him now. Less than a second, 3/4 of a second between them. Oh, just running himself wide through there. Mocking Weeks, that's ruined that lap. He's now lost all that time. Gap back up to 1.5 seconds. Just going on board with you, Mocking Weeks, to look for an attack. Yeah, just losing a bit of time now. Gap to 1.7. Nearly 1.8. There it is. Just flicks over. So less than 4 minutes left on the clock. Dylan and Reg GT still battling it out for this third position. Again, some great respect shown between these drivers, plenty of space given. Benny now out on his own, 5 seconds back from Dylan. Luke Doherty now 2 seconds back from him, 2.5 seconds. Rowland 7th, 4 seconds back. He's going to be very lucky to make any more positions up. Champ just getting that turn wrong, running himself wide through there. Slowed him down a little bit. He's now got Valium coming on the outside. He's already taking and carrying that extra speed. Valium up into 8th, then Champ 9th. Valium going a little bit quick into there. Slow down his exit. Champ just able to sneak back through and take that 8th position. He has got that penalty to lose. Ghost Realms still in 10th. Closing up on Champ and Valium in front. Jar 72 now 8.5 seconds back. Another 5, nearly 6 seconds back to Gamer Dad. Unfortunately, Skippy getting it all wrong. We just catch him getting himself pointing the right way. Now he's going to be about 15, 16 seconds back once he's up to speed, if not more. Man, he's still hauling round at the back. So Pav pulls his gap and holds it. 1.6 seconds still between himself and Mocking Weeks. Dylan and Reg GT still at it. It's pretty much been bumper to bumper or door to door for most of the race between these two. I think Dylan spent a couple of laps trying to catch up with Reg GT. Some great racing here between these two. Reg GT then looking at the back end of P1 Dylan's car. Should get one more lap after this. Feathering that throttle through there, carrying a bit more speed than Dylan. Not able to carry enough though. Goes to the inside line versus the outside line. And Dylan goes for the switch back. Side by side again as they head down towards this hairpin. Onto it, Dylan. GT's going to hold the line into the next turn though. There's nowhere for Dylan to go. He's had to back off and drop back into 4th. So Reg GT back up into 3rd. Can he fend off Dylan for another lap? 50 seconds remaining on the race counter. Weeks and Pav obviously already crossed the line onto their final lap. Gap at 1.8 seconds still. Reg GT and Dylan then battling it out for 3rd position. Right, so let me just have a quick flick through. Benny still out on his own, 4.6 seconds to Dylan in front, 2.1 back to Luke. Raul still holding 7th, now 3.2 seconds back, but again with only this final lap to go, very unlikely he's going to make any more positions up. Champ in 8th, Trying to fend off the attacks of Ghost Realm, who has made up a position. He's taken that 9th position off of Valium. Now looking to take 8th position off of Champ Champ as well. Champ Champ going massively defensive as they come up the brow of the hill. Ghost Realm just carrying all the extra speed though. Up into 8th for Ghost Realm. Can he hold on to it till the end of the race? Champ Champ coming straight back at him on the inside. Ghost Realm's going to have the advantage into the next turn. Valium still 10th then. Jarv in 11th. Gamer 12th. Skippy then just crossed the line for 13th. And we're going to see Manny coming through now. Just about kept it on track there, Manny. And they're not far behind. We've got P1RC and Mocking Weeks actually closing up with Manny. Don't think they'll get anywhere near it before the end of the race. So looking like a nice comfortable win for P1RC. Through this final turn, don't get it wrong now, Pav. So comes comfortably around that last little section. And across the line, handbrake almost to take first. Mocking Weeks does great big handbrake to take second. 0.7 the gap between them. Reg GT just going to hold on to this third then between himself and Dylan. So Reg GT comes home to take third. Dylan fourth. Great race between these two. They'll be well happy with that. Benny comes home fifth. Luke Doherty sixth. Raoul 7th, actually closing the gap up by another second there. Champ Champ just going to hold on to 8th. Does clips the wall but holds on to it anyway. 8th place for Champ Champ. 9th for Ghost Realm. 10th for Valium. Jarv 72 coming home 11th. Gamer Dad closing the gap up at the end of that race. He comes home in 12th. And Skippy and Manny have already crossed the line. So that was race 1 of the evening. We've got a few minutes break and then we jump into a reverse grid for race 2. Rolling start for that one as well. Right, let me get some gluggy coffee down me. Slurping, I'm going off mine. Right, we've got someone doing burnouts. So whoever that is. How bizarre. Yeah, I thought there'd be a bit of that. Reg GT and P1 Dylan saying great race. Yeah, I think they would both be happy with that one. There is someone doing burnouts in the pits. So is it going to be 5 minutes or 10 minutes are we going to get? Jarv not happy with the Nissan. Okay, random time Ghost Realm. Next race starts at 21:47. Random. Nobody chatting tonight? What's going on? Yeah, I'm plugged in, you lot can hear me, right? There's usually somebody talking. Even if it's Luke Doherty giving me 3 million paragraphs just to say hello, and he's not happy with the car, and the back end was loose. It kept blowing through tyres even though the tyre wear was off. So yeah, awkward little track, Alsace. What's going on here? Yeah, so maybe an incident between Ghost Realm and Luke, but Dylan and Reg GT, just saying, really good race. So 5 more minutes. Ghost Realm deciding that the next race will start at 21:47. A bit random, but he's a random kind of guy. So let's just look at the cars being used tonight. We've got the 180SX, the Fair Lady. We've got the R33, we've got the Delta HF Integrale, Evolution. There's 3 of those. 180s we've seen. M3 that Pav's driving. The Sylvia, the Supra, the Lancer Evo 4 is in here. And the Supra 3-litre GT. Good selection. Oh yeah, no Dom Dotter tonight. So we'll see whether Red GT and P1 Dylan can give us as much action in race 2 as they did in race 1. So, unless it all changes, which I don't think it is, Donington next Sunday. Get yourselves there. I'm going to take the last of my stickers, give them away to you lot. Yeah, I think there's a few of us going. Myself, CJ, MRC Bob. Pot unfortunately can't make it. A few of the other sim racing lot as well. CRT Bucky. Ooh, who else we got? Shaggy Scooby. Is it Shaggy Scooby? Is he going? Yeah, there's a few. Probably an entourage with them. A few drivers getting some sneaky laps in then. Don's got a water leak. Yeah, me too. Washing machine decided to spit its water out today. Great. All over the kitchen. Thanks a lot. Appreciated. Washing machine, appreciated. Alright, a couple more minutes. Let's see who's out on track. Getting some sneaky ones in. Manny's out. So it is a reverse grid, so these guys just getting a few practice laps in. Raoul obviously not happy, he wants better results in race 2. Usually one of the quicker drivers for the P1 lot. Oh, Luke Doherty, who was ghosting out, all of a sudden didn't ghost out. Took out Raoul. Wheat's going for a couple of sneaky practice starts as well. gap on Pav 46. Maybe a couple of spaces up before they get to turn 1. It's going to be a rolling start, which means some of the drivers will start around those last couple of turns, I think. Thinking how spread out they usually are. So the chaos ensues. Rocket Weeks testing the drift of that 300 SX. It's four-wheel drive, Valiant. Don't know what you're trying to do with that. Boys, boys, boys. Sensible job, look. Sensible champ, sensible Pav, Skips, Dylan, Reg. Sensible Manny. This is not like you, Raoul. Right, so we are about to start race 2. Rolling start, let's see how far back the last players are. Always a bit of a puntathon before the race begins. So Manny going to lead us away. Ah, it's not a rolling start. Alright, could be chaos into turn 1 then. So the lights are on, revs are up. Manny, not a great start. Oh, it looks like we're going to leave because I think we're meant to have a rolling start, so you may just start seeing drivers drop out of this one. Yep, there you go. Restart. A lot of the drivers won't listen. Manny. Manny usually gets a lap in before he gets himself out. So yeah, it's got to be a rolling start for race 2. Mocking Week starts not kicking off too well then. I did see him peel off into the pit wall. I thought he was doing that just because he knew it was going to be a restart, but no. Looks like he just gave it too much gas. The rear end picked up on that thing and spun him into pit wall. So there it is, rolling start. Get everyone back out onto track. Excuse me. Right, here we go then. Rolling start. Now we'll see how far back people are. You'll see the gaps. You saw the grid for a standard start. You'll see the grid now for a rolling start. A lot more spread out. So we are already around that final turn. So Manny's going to lead us across the line. Skippy second. Gamer Dad in third. No, they're all the way back here. So the counter will tick down just as they come across the line. Yes, we have still got drivers still coming around those final couple of turns. That's going to slow them down a little bit compared to these drivers up front. Skippy already going for a move on Manny. Manny getting turn 1 a little bit wrong. I think he clattered into the back of P1 Skippy actually and just got it wrong himself. So he's pushed himself down into 9th at the minute. Skippy leading the way 3 wide behind him. Jarve 72, Ghost Realm and Valiant all battling it out for 3rd position there. Ghost actually benefiting, getting himself up into third. Valiant trying to get down the inside, nowhere for him to go though. And in the background, we've got Raoul putting the pressure, 3 wide again behind. Champ Luke Doherty and Raoul then 3 wide. Heading down towards this right hand 90-degree turn. Doherty backs out, a little bit of contact between Raoul and Valium. Raoul and Champ. Right, side by side through that turn. Can Luke hold the speed? Looks like he's going to do it. He's going to hold the line into this turn. So up to 6 then for Luke. Let's have a flick through the order. So Gamer Dad out front, he is under loads of pressure for that first position though from Ghost Realm. Got himself up into second, going down the inside of Skippy. Skippy getting it all wrong around the outside. Skippy's on the grass. Skippy into the wall, trying to get himself back on track safely. Right, let's go back through the order. Oh, there's another driver. Who's that? Jarv 72 getting pinged into the wall by the look of it. So Gamer Dad out front, Ghost Realm second, Valiant third, Champ into 4th position, Dylan 5th, Luke Doherty 6th, Raoul 7th, Benny in 8th, Reg GT 9th, Mocking Weeks 10th, Pav 46 11th, Skippy in 12th, Jarv's left the room, and Manny in 13th. So yeah, Jarv's decided to back out of this one. My dad's still leading, only just over half a second between himself and Ghost Realm. Let's see if these two can put up a bit of a fight on. Closing the gap is Ghost Realm, looking for that top spot early on in this race. Board with Ghost Realm, he looks to get this P1 position from Gamer Dad. Gamer Dad not making it easy. Ghost Realm carrying too much speed through there, nowhere for him to go. Does actually run himself on the grass, so puts him out of the fight with Gamer Dad for a little bit. Carry the speed into this hairpin. Oh, braking early for Gamer Dad. Very early collision between himself and Ghost Realm. So a couple of little fights going on behind. We've got Luke Doherty and Benny battling it out, and then we've got Champ Reg GT and Pav and Raoul as well. Pav actually getting himself up into 9th position. Under threat from that 9th though. Raoul looking to go down the inside. Can Pav hold the speed? Does into the final turn, then takes that 9th position back. Raoul 10th, Mocking Weeks in 11th. 1.6 seconds back from Raoul. Bit of work to do for Mocking. 5 minutes into this race as well. Skippy in 12th. Manny in 13th. Yeah, we have lost Jarv 72. So Gamer Dad still holds on to the top spot. Only just Ghost Realm Gaming piling all sorts of pressure on him now. Down the inside for Ghost Realm. Up into top spot for Ghost Realm Gaming. Then P1 Gamer Dad though carrying a lot of speed. Ghost Realm's got the advantage into the next turn. Battle between these two. Ghost Realm just holding the lead. Again, slight bit of contact between these two. Kept it on track though. Dylan up into 3rd, Valiant 4th, Benny in 5th. So Doherty still in 6th, Reg GT 7th, Champ 8th, Pav in 9th, Raoul 10th. Still looking to get way past Pav, not able to do it yet. Pav actually closing up on Champ and Reg GT in front as well. Carried a lot more speed than Champ out of there. Closing in down towards this hairpin, drifting it on the way in is Pav. Champ's running wide. Does that give Pav the look? I don't think it does. Pav slots himself back into 9th. All over Champ's tail end as they head up towards these last couple of turns. Champ actually running himself off track. Mocking Weeks has got himself past Raoul now as well. He's up into 10th. Now piling the pressure on Pav himself. Gone the wrong way. So slots himself past Pav, takes that 9th position off him. Pav's coming back down the inside though. I don't know whether he's going to hold enough speed. He's going to hold the advantage into turn 1. So gets that 9th position back. Can Mocking Weeks carry any more speed? He's all over the rear end of Pav 46. Raoul as well, almost going to be 3 wide as they head into this hairpin. So Raoul actually slotting himself through as well. Pav losing another position. But up front, Ghost Realm Gaming still leading. Game and Dad just coming under attack from P1 Dylan for that 2nd place. Driving the same car as well. 4 different teams though, so no love lost. Dylan all over the rear end. Doherty running himself off track. Dylan getting himself past, then taking that 2nd position. Game of Dad coming back down the inside. Dylan's going to hold the line into the next turn. So Dylan's 2nd, Game of Dad 3rd, Benny 4th, Luke Doherty 5th. That's a great corner, that one. Valium 6th, Reg GT in 7th, Pav 46 now 8th. So position swapping all over the place between these 4. Pav 46, Raoul, Mocking Weeks and Champ all battling it out for 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th. Raoul actually getting himself back past Mocking Weeks as well. Champ on the back end of this fight, looking for a little sneaky way through. Skippy testing out the drift capabilities of the Supra. 13.5 seconds back almost in 12th. Manny then 13.5 seconds back himself in 13th. So Ghost Realm still leads. 1.2 seconds from P1 Dylan. Can he hold on to this position? Dylan being the faster driver and his teammates as well. Ghost Realm Gaming might let him slot through if he gets too close. So Game of Dad still holding 3rd. No direct threat from Benny at the minute. 1.5 seconds, although Luke Doherty sneaking past Benny there, using his penalty into this hairpin as well. Tiny bit of contact between those 2 teammates. Benny actually had to drive on the grass to avoid sending Luke Doherty into the Shadow Realm. They've got Valium and Reg GT battling it out. Reg GT just holding on to this 6th, Valium 7th. Reg GT made up a position. Valium was 6th and Reg GT was 7th. So Valium in 7th then. Pav 46 still holding on to that 8th position. Ahead of Mocking Weeks, Raoul and now Skippy. What's happened to... Oh, we've lost another driver. Lost Champ. So Pav 46 just starting to make a bit of a break from the 2 Nissans behind him. Purple sectors from Pav. Now he's got clean air. Nice and tight to the apex through the hairpin. Mocking Weeks follows him through. Oh, Ghost Realm Gaming has got it all wrong. Just comes comes back on track, gets right in front of Mocking Weeks. Mocking Weeks picking up front end damage. Rowell coming past him, maybe. No, Rowell actually stopping behind Mocking Weeks. Ghost Realm Gaming from top spot, now down in 10th position. Great big smosh in the rear end of that car. Yeah, pulling out on track in front of Mocking Weeks. It's put him right out of the fight with Path 46. Let's see what's going on up front now. So P1 Dylan takes the lead of the race. Gamer Dad second, being pushed along by teammate Luke Doherty. There's a big pile of Team Luke drivers here, all four of them. Another one somewhere out on track. So Gamer Dad second, Luke Doherty third. Chap has definitely left the room then. P1 Benny in fourth, Red GT in fifth. Pab 46 got himself up into sixth position. Hunting down that big pack of yellow cars in front. Valium now seventh. Well, he was seventh. Mocking Weeks eighth, but well off the pace of Valium. Well, not off the pace, but well off the back of him. Managed to pull a bit of a gap from Rowell, 1.2 seconds. Ghost Realm still rolling about in 10th. Now 7.7 seconds back from Rowell and 13 seconds quicker than Skippy. Skippy still in 11th. Manny in 12th. So only 20 seconds back at the minute, Manny. I'm sure by this point in race one he was about 45 seconds back, so doing alright. P1 Dylan then, 2.4 second lead. I don't think we're going to see anybody put him under threat. We've got a big gaggle of cars in the background. Pav 46 looking to make moves through that big pile of yellow cars. He's got one position, and he's side by side with another two as they come up the hill. So Pav 46 in fifth, just hold the inside line. Izzy from Gamer Dad as they head down the hill. Yes, he does. P1 Benny and Red GT compromising their own speed through there. That's going to allow Pav to close up on them, and Gamer Dad as well. So trying to run at the outside of Benny here. Cutting back across the apex, carrying as much speed as possible, three wide. See what happens into this hairpin. Who's going to win out on this one? Gamer Dad holding on to P3 at the minute. Red GT P4, Pav 46 P5. Could all change here though. Benny looking to run around the outside of Pav 46. Pav getting a cut back on the inside. So a good battle here. And Mocking Weeks in 7th, just closing up on this pack as well. Valium back up into 8th, got himself past Rowell. We've got a driver off in front. So Benny slowed himself down. Pav's got himself up into 4th position, 1.1 seconds back from 3rd place Red GT. Mocking Weeks has managed to slip himself through as well, so he's up into 5th. Battles on again between Pav and Mocking. P1 Benny putting all sorts of pressure on Mocking for that 5th position. So the gaggle of yellow cars of Team Luke being split up now by this the other team drivers coming through. Pav, Mocking Weeks and Valium starting to break this bunch of yellow cars up. So Valium getting a good drive out there, slots himself in between those two yellow cars, takes 7th place off of Gamer Dad. Rowell slowly closing up as well in 9th. So still pretty tight up front. Gamer Dad 8.2 seconds back. Oh, off track as well. It's going to slow him down. Again under no threat from Skippy, 17.5 seconds back. Manny now 31 seconds back. So Dylan, he's had a little bit of his gap taken out of him. It was 2.3, it's now 2.1. Doherty will get himself back on track. It will be 2.3 again now. It's actually a little bit more than that. And then And in the background we have got Reg GT under all sorts of pressure from Pav 46 for that third position. Pav's looking for another podium position here tonight. Martin Weeks is going to see what he can do about that as well. We've got 4.5 minutes remaining. Reg GT third, Pav 46 slipping himself down the inside, takes that third position, but gets himself in between Mocking Weeks and Pav. Bit of breathing room for Pav. Reg GT fourth, then Mocking Weeks fifth, Benny sixth. Purple sector from Mocking. Benny sixth, Gamer Dad seventh. Raoul looking to make a move for seventh position, not carrying enough speed, slots himself back into eighth, but puts himself under pressure from Valium. So these two have swapped positions once or twice as well in these last few laps. Go through on Gaming has closed that gap up 7.7 seconds. Whether that's down to his driving or the drivers in front battling, I don't know. So Dylan, yeah, extended 3 seconds. Doherty then just holding on to second position. Reg GT still holding third. Mocking Weeks actually up into fourth. So can Reg GT fend off Mocking Weeks and Pav 46 for the next 3 minutes? We'll see. Pav 46 looking for a totally different line into this left-hander up the hill. Mocking's just run himself on the grass. That's allowed Pav to run almost side by side with him, but tucks himself right into the rear bumper of Mocking Weeks, running back down the hill. Again, nowhere for him to go. Mocking Weeks goes a little bit defensive through there. Pav's going to be able to carry better lines, better speed. Can he carry the speed up towards turn one? Doesn't look quite close enough. Not again, totally different line in. Pav does seem to carry good speed out of this turn. Goes for a good run down into the hairpin. Let's go and see what race leader's doing. Just pulling out a little bit more time. It was 3.1. Still at 3 seconds between himself and Luke Doherty. And still kicking off behind. Reg GT, Mocking Weeks, Pav still battling it out. Oh, tiny bit of contact between Reg and Mocking. So there's Pav 46, just getting himself back up into fourth. Mocking then losing a bit of time, back down into fifth position. Pav 46 was only briefly able to get past Reg GT in front, and that little mistake by Mocking Weeks has cost him. He's now a second back from Pav, and only 1:40 left on the clock as well. A lot of work to do for Mocking to look to close that gap up on Pav 46. A little bit of threat from P1 Benny now as well. He's only 3/4 of a second back. Can Pav 46 get this position off of Reg GT in front? He's trying to get the move done down into the hairpin. Reg GT just chops his route off there. Nowhere for him to go. On to third, then just Reg GT. Pav 46 nearly side by side as they come up through this left-hander, trying to carry that extra speed up and over the hill. Unable to do it. Still 2.3 back from second place Luke Doherty. So great battle kicking off here. Pav getting a good run on Reg GT into turn one. Outbreaks him. Reg GT carrying the speed through the turn though. Can Pav carry it on the exit? Almost. The Supra of Reg GT just pulling out. We've got Mocking Weeks getting a good exit out of turn one, looking to run up the inside of Pav 46. So he follows Reg GT through then. 46, oh, Mocking Weeks running himself a little bit wide there. That's allowed Pav 46 through. Back down into fifth for Mocking is unfortunate. I'm not sure if there was contact between himself and Reg GT, but it's on between Mocking Weeks and Pav 46. Mocking actually closing the gap down towards this right-hander. Nowhere for him to go through there though. Pav P1RC still looking for a way past Reg GT in front. They are actually closing up on Luke Doherty in front. Let's get out of this view. P1RC under all sorts of pressure from Mocking Weeks behind. Oh, he's run himself a little bit wide there. Great battle kicking off here for third position. So let's hope they get it cleanly into this hairpin this time. P1RC sweeps himself up the inside into the turn before the hairpin. Just gets himself ahead of Reg GT. Reg GT pushed down into fourth then. Mocking Weeks still fifth. Benny sixth. Let's get ourselves back up. We are on the final lap. Dylan coming down the hill. Nice and comfortable 4 seconds lead. I'm not going to look at you for too long. Luke Doherty looks like he's going to be comfortable in second. Pav just holding on to third. Reg GT and Mocking Weeks, slight bit of collision into the final turn. Benny getting himself past Mocking Weeks on that final turn. So Mocking Weeks trying everything he could right at the end there. Pav coming home third. Reg GT fourth, Benny fifth, Mocking Weeks sixth after all that. Oh, that's a shame. Raul seventh, Gamer Dad in eighth, Valium ninth, Ghost Realm Gaming 10th. He was looking good as well, Ghost Realm. He was out front leading from P1 Dylan. And then I missed the other drivers. Was it Skippy and Manny? Because we lost two, didn't we? Champ and Champ and who did we lose? Jarv. So their results for race 2. Dylan taking the win, Luke Doherty second. Really good fight between Power Reg GT and Mocking Weeks in the last half of that race. Valium was involved and Raul at points as well. Let's see what's going off. I'm sure there's going to be some whoop whoop, loved it, that was great racing, rah, loved it, loved it, loved it. That's what that'll be. Really? Nobody chatting tonight? You grumpers. Or is it not working? Or something? Am I not seeing it? What's going on? No, it's definitely there. Team Skippy podium. Yeah, really good racing tonight in the N300s. It has been every week, really. These cars are a lot of fun to drive. They're a little bit loose, which I think the guys like. It does take a bit of control, rather than having all the grip and downforce of some of the sort of better, faster racing cars. Yeah, Mocking Weeks just going for a very late lunge on Gamer Dad. Sorry, Reg GT, and yeah, getting it a little bit wrong, losing a couple of positions at the end of that one. A bit of a shame. But that was round 9 of P1RC's N300 League, or the 90's Classics League, depending on how you want to look at it. It's the finals next week, so come and check that out. I am actually back tomorrow night, 8:30, for the Mini Cooper Cup, the Chewit Racing Mini Cooper Cup. Come and check that out. 8:30, 2 races again for you lot. Wednesday we're back with the team versus... No, we're not. Wednesday we're back with the MRC Team Oliver Racing GR3 League. That's what we're back with. It's the same thing. It's just different. But it's the same thing. It's the same Wednesday league. Thursday we've got the TVT, or the Battle of the Groups, depending on how you want to look at that. We are at... where are we? Interlagos this week. No problem, Benny. Is that 9 o'clock start as well? Oh, I forget. I do so much stuff, I forget. That's Thursday. And then what we got? And then back, yeah, for the finals of this on Sunday. I have actually just agreed to start another league on Saturday afternoons, but I'll give you more details about that as and when they come through. but I think that's going to be a load of random drivers that you've never heard before. But other than that, that's what's coming up. Tomorrow night we've got the minis. Wednesday night we've got the Team Oliver Racing GR3 League, which is the same as the usual Wednesday league, just different. Thursday got the best of the groups, or the battle of the groups race, and then Sunday for the finals of this at 9 o'clock. Come and check it all out. Other than that, I hope you've liked what you've watched. Give it a like, give it a subscribe, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Darksmoka. I'm out of here.